Hello, welcome. My name is Rachel Detroit. I'm a health coach. I help people realign their health, feel a lot better, eat well, sleep well, move well. It all comes together. Then you live well and you feel good. All right, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite foods, which is kefta. It's a Lebanese meat dish and it has parsley, onions. I'm going to do a little twist. So I'll make two trays of it. One is going to have tomatoes on top, one is not. And one is going to have tahini on it, and one is not. So I'm going to show you two different examples. So here's the twist. Two different examples of this kefta that you can make super easy, super healthy. So first, let's get into it. I have right here, I'll show you what I'm using. I have high quality, I have 2 pounds of ground beef, and then I have 1 pound of ground lamb. Check this out. So I have that all together, and then I'm going to show you guys a way that I like to mix all the meat and all the spices together without getting my hands in it. All right. So the first thing, I'm just going to mix it all together with my hands. If you're catching the replay later, let me know if you make this. Let me know if you make kefta. Let me know how it goes for you. All right, so I'm just going to get my hands all in there. I'm mixing a very, like lamb is quite fatty, and I'm mixing it with pretty lean ground beef. That way it will, the fats will kind of come together, and lamb has a lot of DHA in it, which is super good for brain health and function. All right. I'm wondering if this 1 o'clock time is working because it doesn't seem like it's super popular. So let me know if there's a better time. Next week, we're going to try for 5 o'clock and see what happens there. All right. So I have in here ground beef, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground lamb. Okay. And I'm mixing it all together. The fattiness of the lamb will go really nicely with the ground beef. If you don't like lamb, don't use it. If you could even do this with chicken. If you like chicken, you could do it. I don't think you could do it with tofu. Why not? You could do it with ground turkey. All right, so I got my meat pretty well combined. And then we're going to put it together, and then we're going to get into forming it. All right, actually, I've never put that much meat in this processor before. So actually, I'm going to, a little aggressive here. I'm going to mix it all in this, and then I'll put it in here. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add onion. So it's one large onion for each pound. So I have 3. That's 1 onion, 2 onions, 3 onions. All right, and I have these chopped. I would say finely, but they're not super fine. They're diced to the best of my ability. All right. And then when I get it into this food processor, it's going to just mix it really well. I put the accessory on it that doesn't cut. It just combines. So that's going to do some of the work for me. But let's get it started in here. All right. So we got onions, and then I'm going to go with some parsley. So we're going to need about 2/3 cup of parsley. Remember, I have 3 pounds. So if you're not doing that much, then you're not going to need as much. Keep a lookout for the recipe. I'll post it later on my page. All right, here we go. Boom. Well, that's on the floor. All right, so right in here we have, show you what we got. The meat, the parsley, the onions. If you're just jumping on, thanks for coming through. If you're checking out the replay later, awesome. If you are feeling kind of stuck with your health, with your nutrition, you don't know what to eat, maybe you're like me, where you were whole food plant-based for years. Me, I was whole food, plant-based vegan for 5 years. And then I started feeling really terrible eating that way. So I was never full. I felt really weak. All I did was eat like 20, 20 pineapples a day. Not really, I'm dramatic. But I would eat a lot of pineapple. I would eat nothing but fruit. And I just never got full. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I decided, I was like, I'm going to have to make a change. I'm going to have to do different. So then I went to the Cleveland Clinic, and I was talking to the functional medicine doctor there. And for those of you guys who don't know, I live with multiple sclerosis. So it's an autoimmune condition. So I went to the Cleveland Clinic so I could just learn more from a functional medicine doctor. And what he told me, he's like, Rachel, you're just eating nothing but sugar. I'm like, hey, he's like, what do you eat for dinner? I was like, a plate of potatoes. He's like, you're just eating sugar. And that's why you don't feel well. I was like, oh. So he recommended that I change it up. So I listened. And so now I eat, if you wanted to categorize it, it would be like a ketogenic paleo style diet. So it's lower in sugar, lower in carbs, high in healthy, good fats. And I feel amazing. I feel 10 times better. My MS was getting bad. I was having flare ups, so my walking was getting weird. It sucked. It was terrible. And so now I feel a lot better. So this is, if you're needing to switch up how you eat, switch up your diet, you want guidance from someone who's certified in nutrition. If you're looking for that, go to RachelDetroitCoaching.com and apply for a coaching consultation. Don't be afraid to change what you're doing if it's not working. All right, so this is looking beautiful. I just want to show you. So this is when you get high quality meat, I mean, you can tell. It's real good. So far, anybody who's just popping in, what we have in here is 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of ground lamb, grass-fed, grass-finished, which means that the animals are eating in the land. They're grass-fed, so they graze and they eat the grass. They eat bugs. I don't know what they eat out there. And then that's how they're finished. So meaning that is like their last meal, as opposed to sometimes it's grass-fed and then they're finished on like a vegetarian diet. So maybe it would be like pellets or, or some type of, I don't know what they feed animals, but nowadays you just don't know anything. All right, so I'm going to get in with the spices. So I'm trying a new brand. Let's see if I can get this little pop thing to pop off. Got it. I'm trying this new brand here. It's Shabab. No, it's not. It's Shahab. Sorry. Shabab means gentleman. So hello, Shabab. But this says Shahab. Sorry, my bad. So it's a mixture of black pepper, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, coriander, cinnamon. And so in the recipe that I'm going to post on my Facebook later, I'm going to tell you what is in 7 Spice so you can make it yourself, or you can just buy something like this. I'll put the link there too. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of this. 1 per pound. So 1. That's a lot, but it tastes so good that it's going to be great. 3. All right, beautiful. And so I'll show you guys again. It's called 7 Spice. Some Middle Eastern people will call it allspice, and it's not the same allspice that you put in your cookies. Oh, I see you, Melissa. You said, I'm late, but I'm here. I'm glad you're here. It doesn't say me your name. It doesn't say your name on here, but I know you're the Black Heart girl. I know you're my Black Heart buddy. All right, so we got those spices in here. Now I'm going to get in with some salt. I'm going to use some salt in here. And you could do this to your taste. So go with what works for you. And this is another thing where I would say, don't be afraid to use some higher quality salt. All right, so I got all my spices going in here. And then I really wanted to mix this by this machine, but part of me is feeling like I just am not sure how 3 pounds is going to go in here. But you know what? Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. because I really want this all really well combined. So I'm going to put all this in here. So I have the attachment on the food processor that it doesn't cut anything, just kind of combines and mixes. So I think I'll let it get started with that much, and then I'll add the rest. Then we're going to form these, get them set up, put them in the oven, and then they take about 40 minutes to cook. So there's going to have to be a part 2. I'm going to have to get off because I mean, you might want to hang out with me for that much time, but you also might not. All right, so we got this going. I'm going to let this mix up. I'm going to add a little bit more. Go up here. Keep it going. That way everything is thoroughly mixed. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope you can. I got these headphones. All right, so we're going to keep adding to this. It works a lot better when you have less meat, but I'm going for 3 pounds. All right. So like I said, it works a lot better when you have less meat, but I have 3 pounds because I'm going to show you guys 2 versions of this, an elevated version with tahini and then a version with tomatoes. And they're both fantastic. I might have made a mistake by putting it in here, but that's okay because we keep going. All right, let's see what happens. I'm just going to give it a second here. All right, and so in the meantime, let me get my hands clean. But in the meantime, we're going to make a tahini drizzle, a tahini sauce for on top. And then also we're going to add on top of it slivered almonds, which is a beautiful topping to a lot of Lebanese dishes. Thank you guys for jumping on, whoever's watching. Hello. All right, we have, oh, we're going in there. We're going. Yep, everybody's getting together. That's what I'd like to hear. All right. And this way the meat will be, I know it's so loud. The meat will be thoroughly combined right there. So that's going, that's having a blast in there. Let's see what we got. Oh, beautiful. Yep, and it's becoming more and more combined. The spices are becoming evenly distributed along with the onions. I'm going to let this go for another few, and then we'll get it back in the bowl, and actually let's start forming them. I was going to do the tahini in the meantime, but it seems like we might not need to do that. Then I'll put it right back in the bowl. These are the sliced almonds that I'm going to use to put on top of the dish when it's done. We got a question in the chat. It says, what type of food processor are you using? This is a Cuisinart. So that's what this is. I like it. It's nice. Super nice. All right, so I'm going to get all this back in here. You know, one kitchen appliance that I really never use that I have is a mixer. You know, those big old KitchenAid mixers. I have like a big, beautiful one. Actually, a friend gave it to me. It's like an awesome one. And then I've used it once or twice. And so me and my sister have decided that we're just going to share it. It's like our shared kitchen appliance. Currently, it's at her house. And between the two of us, we've used it twice. And just so you know, I've used it 0. So that means she's used it twice. All right, so we got all this meat in here. And remember, I was using the attachment for this food processor that has no blade. So it's like, it's just plastic. So I'm just swirling my meat around with plastic. But it is doing all the mixing and getting it thoroughly combined. And then just so you guys remember, I used a mix. I used lamb and beef. And you can totally do that. It tastes so good. If you guys don't know, Aldi has some really nice halal grass-fed lamb. And it's $5 per pound. So if you have never gotten it from Aldi, I would tell you to consider it. All right, this is beautifully combined. Let's see. I kind of want a little bit more parsley in here. And so I'm going to add that. So I'll show it to you before, and then I'm going to add it, and then I'll show it to you with it after. So if you look, there's just not that much green in there for me. I like more. So I'm going to do another 1/3 of a cup, except for I dropped my measurement cup. So I'm going to measure with my heart. Just measure with your heart. All right, so we got that in there. Let me get it. And then we're going to start rolling these bad boys out. And like I said, we'll have 2 versions of this. One with tomatoes on top and one without. You know, I really love cooking all of these Lebanese dishes because it really, it's like, oops, you guys can't see what I'm doing over here. It's such a beautiful connection to my heritage. You know, it's like I don't go to Lebanon. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the Middle East, so not hanging out in Lebanon, but it's like Lebanon is in my heart. Lebanon is in my blood. Lebanon is, you know, it's really nice to cook this way. All right. Yep, now we got more green in here. That is what I want. So I'll show it to you now that I've added more. That way you can see what it looks like. Then we're going to get this rolling, and I think I'm going to want to change these gloves. Put on some new ones. All right, so if you're just joining, this is what we're doing. We have kefta, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways. We have kefta, which is a Lebanese meat-based dish, and so inside of it, it has parsley, it has onions, it has allspice. The Lebanese call it allspice if you translate it, but really it's 7-spice. I'll put a recipe for a homemade 7-spice on my page. So if you're not liked and following my Facebook page, make sure you follow. If you're not on my mailing list, get on that too. All right, and then that's the meat. Well, let's get this party started. I'm going to do a new glove because it's real meaty over here. Let's just do a brand new set. All right, and then we're going to get these babies rolled out. And if you had shish kebab sticks, it's super fun to make these keftas and then put a stick in them. So I don't have any with me, but if you look at the images on my Facebook page in the demo, they have them in there. So it's kind of fun. And for me, I'm doing this as like a meal prep. So 3 pounds of meat, I'm going to have some kefta for a couple of days here, right? It's not just it's not like a 1 meal thing. So when you're like, if you're looking to change your health, to change your lifestyle, you have to get prepared, especially if it's brand new for you. Like, let's say you're not used to cooking for yourself. You're not used to eating single ingredient foods. You're not used to cooking. You need to make a plan and you need to create easiness, right? So this is, you know, this can be a lot quicker, but I'm on here showing it to people. I'm talking about it. You know, you basically dice up some onions, dice up your parsley, throw in the spices into the meat, mix it all together. And you don't have to formulate these cute kefta pieces. I'm doing it because I'm doing it for the, you know, to show the aesthetic of it. But if you're in a bind, if you could make a couple of hamburger patties out of this. You could have a nice 1/2 pound, 1/4 pound per meal. You don't have to sit here and roll these little pieces. You could, but you don't have to. I'm just going to move this over here. All right. So now let's get this set up. I have my, I wouldn't be called a tray, Pyrex dish. All right, so I'm going to take in my hand about like a golf ball size. That's what I have, about a golf ball size. And then I'm going to see how I'm putting it between like rolling it. I'm like putting it between my hands, how I'm rolling it. Okay. And let's say you did have a stick. You would want a thing like this. And then you just put a stick right through it. Boom, to the other side. Oops, I crushed it. All right, so there's one. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've ever had kefta before, or if you've ever made it, or what your favorite, yeah, let me know in the comments. Have you ever had kefta? Have you ever made it? Do you like it? This is a really super popular dish. And the bigger you make it, the longer they'll take to cook. The smaller you make it, the less time. If you wanted to use less time and not roll a million like little kefta pieces, ooh, you know what I think I'm going to do? You could just put it flat in a tray. Like put the meat all down as one giant block, like one flat, and then you cook it, you bake it. It's going to be so juicy, and then you could just slice the pieces versus making each one individually. There's so many ways you could do this, and they all taste awesome. It's going to take me 10 years to roll this. So let me talk to you guys about my one-on-one coaching. So this is what we do. We meet for a free consultation, and then during the consultation, we go through, first off, you fill out a form, you apply, and you tell me a little bit about what's going on with you. So that you can do at racheldetroitcoaching.com/start here. So you fill out a form, you tell me what's going on. The consultation's free, there's no pressure. If you end up saying, this isn't for me, then that's cool. That's a good self-awareness. But we jump on the call, and I lead you through a series of questions, and we're going to identify what is holding you back, what's going on, what does your health look like right now, what do you want it to look like. Then we create a game plan. Then I talk to you about what it would look like if we work together, what we're going to do. Then we go over that. And then, by the end, the goal would be to make a decision. All right, do you want to do this? Do you not want to do this? And then get started. So then we get started. We crank away at your goals. We don't focus on a million goals at once, right? At maximum, we're focusing on 3 prime things that are really important to you. Why? Because I want to see sustainable change. If you put 20, 30 things on your plate, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, you're not going to be able to complete that. So we keep it small. We keep it tight. We keep it diligent. And then we identify what are the actions you need to take to meet this goal. So if your goal, let's say some people's goal is weight loss. Well, so if your goal is lose 17 pounds, I'm just throwing a number there, lose 17 pounds by the end of this 12 weeks. Okay, well, what actions do you need to take? So that would be the goal. And then we identify what are the actions. Okay, we need a meal plan. Rachel makes the meal plans. You don't have to do it. I make it. And I tailor them to your current weight and what your goals are. And then we say, well, what other tactics? We're going to need more than just a meal plan. Okay, and now it's on you. You have to create a grocery list. You have to, right? Because maybe you have some of the ingredients. I try to create the meal plan to be relatively similar to some of the things that you might have if you want to use up your food. It's like it's uniquely tailored to you. So if you have a family of 3 or 5, I create the recipe to feed them all if that's what you want. If you don't want to feed them all and you just want to feed yourself, the recipes are made for 1. So if you want to meal prep, the recipes are made for 6 or 4. So you tell me what you want, and then I design it specifically for you. If you're vegan, listen, I say still vegan, it's because I left veganism. If you want a vegan meal plan, I am also an expert in that. So you can ask for whatever you want. You don't have to eat meat, but we will get you eating more protein. Because the reason you're hungry, so if you're hungry all the time, it's you're not eating enough protein. You're eating a lot of sugar. You're eating a lot of carbs. And when I say sugar, I'm talking about potatoes. Potatoes are sugar. A lot of times we think, oh, sugar is white and it's in a packet. Nope. Sugars, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's not going to make you full. Some people, though, do really well on a whole food plant-based diet, but some people don't, like me. I was always hungry. My weight, is like whole food plant-based diet helps a lot of people lose weight. My weight would go up and it would go down, and then I would binge eat a bunch of peanut butter whole food cookie, So it was a little bit, I wasn't having enough protein, so I wasn't able to get full. All right, this tray's coming along. All right, we got some stuff in the chat. Let's see. We used to own a cafe that served it daily. Kafta, they're talking about Kafta, right? So that's really cool. Served it daily. The owner moved away. I've made it and shawarma a few times from scratch, meat versions and whole food plant-based. Love it. See, I love that. So also, I love that you said eat and whole food plant-based. So if you, I have a kefta recipe that's whole food plant-based. So it's vegan. It's made out of lentils. It's beautiful. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a direct message. I'll send that. I'll send that right over. I used to have it in an ebook that I sold, and I don't think it's up for sale anymore. So shoot me a message. I'll send that right over to you. Anybody, not just the person who left the comment. Now, you can't take the comment down. Well, I can, but I forgot to. I need a little camera assistant here. I don't want to get any meat on my phone. I need a little filming assistant. All right. So again, for one-on-one coaching, basically, I'm working for you. I'm helping you create the framework to achieve the things you want. And they have to be really meaningful to you. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. So I make sure that your goals are driven by data, by numbers. So like SMART goals. What are we do? I want to lose. I'm talking about weight for some reason. Just to be honest, that's what a lot of people come to me for. I'm cool with it. I can help you do that. I'm good at that. I can help you do that. So I want to lose 5 pounds by December 2nd, right? So it's like a quantitative, we have numbers, we have data, goal. It's not just like, I want to lose weight. Well, what? How much? When? Right? So it's held accountable. And there's a system we'll use to keep track. It's a lot of accountability. It's a lot of support. So I am your homie. You can message me, you can ask me questions, whatever, and I will respond, and I got your back. All right, these are looking just 10 out of 10, just beautiful. Fantastic. I got to do a whole other tray after this, so hopefully you want to hang out with me checking this out, but if you don't, catch the replay. And the other thing, too, is that I'm going to have to do a second take where I show you, because these are going to take a little bit in the oven. And I won't keep you, but maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw one tray in at a time. All right, cool. Just checking the chat. Oh, good. You guys can maybe you guys can see that right here. Yeah, they're looking beautiful. It smells so good in here. For anybody who's just hopping on or catching the replay, we're cooking kafta, Lebanese kafta, and I'm showing it to you in 2 different ways. The traditional way, but then I get wild with the tahini sauce. You guys know that. I'm going to show you guys how to make a beautiful tahini drizzle for it. And then another way is we're going to put it in the tray with tomato on top. So it's going to be 2 versions of the same thing. All right. So after I get this roaring, this tray filled, then we'll work on the tomato one together. Okay. Beautiful. I'll give you guys I need to wash these hands right here. And get some of the lamb out. So, do you guys like lamb? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys eat lamb? I kind of grew up on lamb. because I am Lebanese and my mom and dad are born in Lebanon. So a lot of the food we ate growing up was really Lebanese and it's super beautiful. So I was eating lamb once I came out of the womb. I'm a lamb girl. All right, so I'm looking for my towel. Oh, it's right there. Perfect. All right, I'm going to hold this tray up so you guys can see. And then I'm going to put it in the oven and we'll get started on the tomatoed one. So, oops. Here are my beautiful little kefta guys. And like I said, if you had a shish kebab stick, you could stick them. All right, I didn't put anything non-stick down because the meat is quite fatty. So no oil, no non-stick. I didn't put parchment. All right, so let's get this in the oven. And we got 20 minutes. So let's throw this. And maybe that's how long it'll take. So I have this at 430 degrees for 20 minutes. So let me set this timer. And then let's get on to part 2. And then we also have to make the tahini sauce. So perhaps 20 minutes is nothing. All right. So let's get this next tray out. And I'm going to line it up with tomatoes on top. Actually, I don't want this one. I want this one. Beautiful. And then I'm going to want this one. Yeah, this one is not as big. All right, so here is this one. This is the size I'm using. And these are my sliced tomatoes. So I do want you to know this is not traditional, what I'm doing right here. It's like semi-traditional, but overall, it's just like what I think would be super good. So it's with a twist, but it's my twist. I'm going to line the bottom, which is not status quo, just so you know. I'm going to line the bottom with tomato slices. Usually they're just placed on top and cooked with it. I'm getting a little freaky deaky here because do what you want. Do what feels good. Me, I want the juicy tomatoes on the bottom and I want the juicy tomatoes on the top. I wonder if the tomatoes will burn on the bottom. Guess we're going to find out. All right. I don't think they will because this meat has so much fat in the lamb. It's going to just, okay, so I have some tomatoes on the bottom. This is going to be a quick, where the other one was kind of not quick. This is going to be quick. So I'm going to take a decent amount of this, and I'm going to press it over top. And then I'm going to line it with more tomatoes on top. So if you don't like cooked tomatoes, this version is not for you. But I always like to kind of elevate the food, change it up a little bit, put my own kick to it. So, and like I said, if you don't like tomato, and let's say you want to do this recipe and you want it done in a quick way, you could just put this all flat in a pan. And then you could cut it up into pieces. All right. Okay, so this one, see how much quicker that is? When you don't have to make all those little keftas. So you get to choose what you want to do. All right, so this is it. Got my little tomato slices hanging out on the bottom. So it's going to be kind of, it'll give it more juice. It'll make it juicier. It'll make it, especially if you're a tomato gal or guy. Then I'm going to take the tomatoes and I'm going to put them on top. So this is going to be a really juicy dish. And this is paleo, keto. It's single ingredient foods. And so what that means is everything is a single ingredient. We have meat, parsley, onions, spices, tomatoes, salt, pepper. It's not like processed food. So it's whole foods. It's paleo. It's keto friendly. It's no, it's not. Well, no, I don't think carnivore people eat vegetables at all. So, you know, it could be carnivore if you moved out the vegetables. So whatever your flavor is. All right. Okay, that's the tomatoes right here. So let me show you guys what this looks like. This is part 2. Someone in the chat. So for some reason, it's not telling me your guys' names in the chat. I'm not sure why, but someone said, creative. I like the idea. Thank you. And then we have, I will try it next time. Cool. All right. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It's 16 minutes left. I'm going to do it for 20. So I know I need 4 extra minutes on that one. All right. So that is going to be super, super moist because you have the tomatoes on the bottom, the tomatoes on the top. All right. So now we have a little bit of kefta left. So we got to get to work a little bit more. And then we're going to get the tahini. We're going to get the nuts going. And then it'll probably be ready to come out. And then I can show you guys the tahini topping. All right. So again, I have used 3 pounds of meat because I wanted to show you 3 different things. No, 2 different things, but now it seems as though it's becoming 3 because I'm going to leave some plain. So I used 1 pound of, it was 90%, 90-10 ground beef. I used 1 pound of halal lamb. And lamb has a nice amount of fat, so it will give it a lot of fat, good fat. Lamb is high in DHA, like I said earlier, which is super, super, super good for brain health. All right, so we got last little guy right here. Last one. It might be, maybe it should be 2. It's really 1.5, but we're just gonna make it 2. All right, cute and cute. All right, 3 pounds of meat, processed. We're gonna get the gloves off because the meat game is over. So those of you guys who are just joining, what we have going on in the oven is 2 different types of kefta. So one kefta is tomatoes on the bottom, the kefta meat in the middle, and then tomatoes on top. And then the other ones, I'm just reading the comments, that was that look. And the other one is just keftas like these. So let's get this one in the oven. I have this impulse. I just wanted to touch it, but I'm going to be responsible and use this. Oh yeah, they're already looking real good in here. Beautiful. Okay, so that one, I don't have enough timers for this. All right, so that's going on here. So let's get rid of all the meat drama. Just put that right here. All right, meat drama done. We are all set with the meat. I'm going to clear the space, and then we're going to get into the tahini sauce. And I have some peeled tomatoes. I'll show you what that's for. I've got lemon. We don't need this. We don't need that. We do need this. I'm going to do, just bring all the shenanigans this way. And let me get rid of it. Beautiful. All right, wonderful. So let's get into our tahini sauce next. So this tahini sauce, look, has no garlic. Okay, so usually there's a lot of garlic in there. This one, I decided I don't want to use garlic. You could do whatever you want. This is what I want to do because I don't always want garlic. All right, so I'm going to do a whole cup of tahini. So this is I don't think I like this squeeze top. So I was really excited about it initially, but it's just like a little bit hard to, it's a little bit hard to manage when you're using a measuring tool. All right, so that's half. You know, that's why I just like measure with the heart. Let's set this down. It's a little bit messier than, like I'm already generally messy. And so I like things, listen, look at me. I just put a little extra in there. I like things to make things like less messy, but this just kind of makes it more messy for me. All right, so we got the tahini in there. We're going to get in here. I have 2 lemons that I already juiced. Just going to add that right on in there. Beautiful. You're going to want salt to taste. My grinder's running low here. I need to go grocery shopping like crazy. But luckily I have 3 pounds of Kafta. All right. Even my salts had it done for. All right. Let's see if I got a little bit more up here. Well, okay, I put it up here. I was like, I knew I put it somewhere. All right, so we got the salt. We're going to whisk this together, and we're going to add up to 2 cups of water. These are big old crystals. They'll melt down. All right, so we got that, and we're going to add up to 2 cups of water to thin it out, to get a nice little texture to it. Creamy drizzle. You don't want to overdo the water, but you don't want it to be too thick. All right, so now this lemon's getting combined in here, and it's getting super thick. So this is why I need the water. So if you've ever worked with tahini, the first amount of water that you add, liquid that you add, will make it quite thick. So now we're going to keep going on the water. I'm just going to go. You need about 2 cups of water. All right, so I'll start with a half cup. Kind of mix that in, see what happens. It's definitely going to need another cup. I'll show you guys that texture. Let me know in the comments how you guys like your tahini. Creamy, or do you like it thick? All right, so the half cup, that's that. For anybody who's just joining, who's hopping on, we have 2 types of kefta in the oven. So we're making kefta, which is a Lebanese dish. That's in the oven. It should be done pretty soon. And then we're making it with a twist. So the twist is a tahini drizzle on top and a tomatoey version that I created. I thought that would be kind of cool. All right, so far I used only 1 cup of water. So based on what you like, and this will thicken over time too. So if I were to put this in the fridge for a second or step away for a little bit, it thickens too. So if you make tahini and let's say you go to it the next day, and you're like, whoa, this is way too thick, just add a little bit more water, add a little bit more lemon, and thin it out. All right, that's my tahini drizzle. We got stuff. Someone in the chat said, I have never liked tahini when I made it anyway. What'd you put in it? Did you add things to it? Because I'm kind of the tahini queenie over here. All right, so that's my tahini. I'm going to show you guys the drizzle. You guys see? Yep. I'm going to show you the thickness. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get a little closer. Let me get a little bit closer here. So that is the consistency that I like. And I know this is going to thicken by leaving it. So that's the consistency I like. And you're going to want to taste these things. So give them a taste. Everything is kind of to taste. So if it doesn't taste to your liking. You add more water. 10 out of 10. Add more lemon. Add more salt. You need a little bit more salt, but I think the problem is, perfect. I did it. I think I need to grind it. So let's just, all right, finishing all of the resources. I do this thing where I eat every single resource in my house before I grocery shop the second. And I've always been like that. I think it has to do with like, I don't know what it has to do with, maybe saving money, but I think it's because like, I don't want to say I'm lazy because I'm not lazy. I don't know what it is because it really doesn't save me money, to be honest. So I don't think it's saving money, but there's like just part of me that wants to eat every single piece of food that's in my house before I go get more. All right, now we're talking with this grinder. I'm gonna whisk it all in. You might add more lemon, you might add more water, you might add, you might choose to add garlic. It's kind of, it's your decision. 10 out of 10. Super good. Someone said, I like tahini, like most people like peanut butter. Me too. I will eat tahini straight out of the jar. Candy, sauces, sweet, savory, all the things, all the tahini things. Me, listen, I don't know whose name this is. It doesn't tell me your name. It's just a Facebook user, but me too, friend. Me too. I am the tahini queenie. All right, that's going. So let's get these almonds, these slivered almonds, toasted. And anybody who's just joining, thanks for hopping on. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my one-on-one coaching. Just throw it on the floor, Rach. So if you're looking for coaching, if you're curious about coaching, I offer free coaching consultations. You just go to my website, racheldetroitcoaching.com. There's a thing at the top. It says start here. You can click that, or you can do racheldetroitcoaching.com/start here, whatever you want. I'm going to just add some of these slivered almonds here. And so what we do is we get on a coaching consultation, and it's completely free. Consultation, the goal of the consultation, just so you guys know, is to figure out if coaching is a good fit for you, if you want to do this, if we are a good match, if I can help you. So in the beginning, I am asking you a series of questions to find out what support you're looking for. A lot of people are looking for meal plans that fit their lifestyle, that fit their family, that fit what they want to eat. I develop them for you. So we find out what you're looking for. We set goals, specific goals. Looking for this. We set specific goals. We also are, I hold you accountable to these goals. We measure your success with data. So, and it's your responsibility. A lot of this, I give you the responsibility. I mean, I do the legwork, like I'm making the meal plans, I'm making the workouts, but I'm not in your body. I'm not the one who has to execute. You have to execute, but I hold you accountable. So if that sounds interesting to you, the goals don't have to only be food, but they are health related. So let's get your health together. Maybe it's movement. Maybe it's, I'll let these toast over here. Whatever you're looking for, but we can identify them. And then after we do coaching, it's 12 weeks of execution. There's a couple weeks of planning and then a little bit of reflection afterwards, after the weeks are done. But it's 12 weeks of your execution. And it's like, we're building these habits around the things you say you want so that you can sustain it. So it's not just me saying, here's a meal plan. I'm telling you why you eat this way. I'm teaching you what to order at restaurants so that you can eat and feel good. You can go out to eat with your friends. You can still order things. You can still choose what you want. So I teach you the components of the plate. I teach you what are we looking for? What are we avoiding? In terms of working out, I'm not just giving you, here's a workout plan. I'm teaching you what muscle groups are. So it's like when we're done working together, I have taught you how to do the things, and you take that with you in your life. It's like, I don't need to coach you for your whole life. I mean, you could hire me forever if you want that, but that's not our goal here. The goal is so that you can get what you want in about 12 weeks and get to the goals that you want and then sustain it. And then obviously, if people want to do a second round, let's go. And then I'm also available for messaging all throughout. So like I said, if that sounds interesting to you, these are starting to toast up. If that sounds interesting to you, head to Rachel Detroit Coaching or send me a direct message on Facebook and sign up for a coaching consultation. RachelDetroitCoaching.com/start here, or message me directly, Rachel@RachelDetroitCoaching.com. Goes right to me. All right, so we got 1 minute left before our Keftas, our first round, come up. Looks like I don't have to do a second round. I thought I was going to have to do a second round and close out, give this stuff some time to cook, but looks like we're in luck. We got 38 seconds. All right. Yeah, so like I said, if that sounds interesting to you, if you just want to see, the consultation is free, and the goal would be during this consult, I want to be of service to you. So even if we don't work together, you're finding out, oh, this is where I need to zero in. This is why I'm not meeting my goals. This is, and then maybe you decide, oh, not now. Call me back later. I mean, if you decide like in 2 months, oh, let's do this. Let's do it. So it's not about like, oh man, this is what I get for babbling. I kind of overdid some of these. As long as the fire alarm doesn't go off, I can handle it. Okay, timer off, burner off. All right, let's see what's going on in the oven. You definitely want to watch. Ooh, beautiful. Beauties. Oh, wow. Okay, I wish you guys could see down here. I'm just going to pull them out. I'll show you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So our first round, let me put this down to be responsible so I don't burn anything. Super, super, super nice. I just want to show you guys. I want to throw it. I'm just kidding. I'm like trying to tidy up some space. You maybe can't see all the drama that's going on here. All right, so let's get this one out. Wow. I mean, ooh, these are looking so, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, cool. So the next ones have, I think they were 16 I put them in, so that means 4 more minutes on those. I'm going to add 4 more minutes, and then I'll check on it, and then the tomato gig, I don't remember, but I'll just use my eyes. All right, so this is looking beautiful. I'm going to, wow. I just want to tweeze one, and I want to show you just how fantastic these are looking. I mean, just look at it. They're dripping. They're so beautiful. I'm just going to taste it. Let's try it again. So good. I'm good at tweezing that. Wow. Okay. Let me refocus. Oh, fantastic. If you eat lamb, don't be afraid to blend it. It is so good. My thing not following me anymore. I have this electric. It's not following me. Let me see if it can follow me again. Follow me. Okay, here we go. If you like lamb, don't be afraid to mix it. It tastes, oh man, phenomenal. All right, let's get this plated. I don't have enough of these cooking trays. I guess we could set it up right here. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to set up my kefta in here. Then we're going to do the tahini drizzle. I'll put the slivered almonds on top. Or you can use pine nuts. And in Arabic, we call pine nuts snubar. I don't remember how to say almonds. Fisto? No, that's peanuts. If you're Arabic, leave it in the chat. How do we say almonds? You speak Arabic. But yeah, so pine nuts are called snubar. But I didn't go with pine nuts this time. All right. Just fantastically super beautiful. I think I'm just going to do 6. Let's do 6 this way. We'll do 6 with the tomato. Well, there's a lot of tomato going on. I think I'm going to renegotiate my little tomato idea. And then, yeah, let's actually, and you don't have to do the tahini drizzle. Like if you're not into tahini, this just as is, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But if you want to elevate it, don't be afraid to do a little bit of tahini. All right, so I got these 4 right here. The oven's about to buzz at me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have tahini for days. I'm not sure why I made so much. Beautiful. All right, so that's looking fantastic. And then I'll top it with our almonds. I mean, you can't get any better than this. Come on. This is looking great. I can't wait to show it to you. I'm going to make a little side plate, and then I'll eat it. I'll show it to you and I'll eat it. Because this one, I'm going to, oven's going. Let me get this bad boy. Let's see what's going on. This one, I'm going to bring to a friend's house, actually. So that'll be good. Okay, good. Let's see what we got going on. I think it was, yep, tomato guy should be ready. Oh, beautiful. Looking good. Okay, I'm going to take this out. And then I'm going to do something else to it. And I'm going to put it back in. But let's finish one thing at a time. All right, so that's going on. Beautiful. I'm going to add some fresh parsley on top. I can't wait to show you guys what this looks like, right? And so if you are like, let's say like Christmas, Thanksgiving, you're kind of sick of the same old, and you want to impress your friends and bring something that's like flavorful and unique. I mean, this is it right here. You want to make it look a little more Christmassy, add some red tomatoes to it. Just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to add a couple more almonds. Just absolutely 10 out of 10. I mean, whew, I'm even I'm even impressing myself. Check it. All right, beautiful. So that's the first one. Can set that aside. So we are making the kefta with a twist. All right, and then let's get the tomato one ready. All right, I'm just gonna do a little snacky snack on the side for me, and then I'll show you guys. I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna show you guys me eating it so that you know how freaking awesome this is. All right, so we got some of the almonds on top. You could use pine nuts if you like. You could really use whatever nuts you want. I kind of overdid mine. Don't overdo yours. Okay, so here's Rachel's plate. All right. This can go back. We're all set with this. Starting to get rowdy over here. There's a lot of stuff out. Okay, so now this is my tomato one. This is our kefta that we put tomato on the bottom. And then we put a layer of the kefta, and then we put tomato on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some whole peeled tomatoes right into it. It's going to be real juicy. You could also do tomato sauce. And then we're going to put tahini when it comes out. And this one, 10 out of 10. So good. All right. Like I said, if you're wanting to kind of impress your friends, show them something new, bring a new dish to a family gathering, This would be one to do it. Especially the other one, super beautiful. I'm going to use the whole can. If you're not a tomato lover, you might not want to do this. This is a tomato dish. If you're not a tomato lover, it's not for you. That's why I'm showing 3 different ways. 2 different ways, I'm sorry. And I guess, like I said, the third way is just plain. All right, so we're going to put this back into the oven. This one little can of whole peeled organic tomatoes was $3. All right. I'm not even going to do anything special to it, and then I'm just going to put it right back into the oven. There you are. Where's the other one? And then we'll let that bake for about 5 minutes to get everything hot. Our second set of kefta is complete. All right, let's get this into the oven. So here's a secret, you guys. I put the AC on like 68 because this oven's on. It's hot outside. All right, so that's done. Where can I put this? I guess over here is okay. Okay, so we got 5 minutes on the tomato one, and then we'll drizzle that with some tahini. I'll slice it, and I'm going to show you guys. In the meantime, though, let me show you. So I already showed you the full tray. Now I'm gonna show you how it tastes with all the fixins. So we got the kefta, we got the tahini, we got the slivered almonds, toasted almonds. This combo is insane. It's so good. Excuse me. Yeah, super good. So we got a couple minutes. I'm going to take a sip of water. A couple minutes left on that. Those of you guys who are just joining, anyone who's jumping on the replay, I'll show you what we've created so far. So if you're just joining, go back and watch it when it's done. We're elevating our kefta. Here's kefta. So I have minced lamb, ground lamb, ground beef. It's 2 to 1, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground lamb. And so inside of it, I have onions, parsley, 7 spice, and then I formed them in the kefta shape. And then to elevate it, I drizzled it with a lemon. I don't know why this camera's moving. I'm right here. I drizzled it with a lemon tahini sauce, and then I topped it with almonds, sliced almonds that are toasted. All right, so that's our first dish, and that's what I was just eating right here. Super phenomenal. And like I was saying, this is something that you can bring to Christmas. If you want to be kind of a weirdo at Thanksgiving and bring something unique, this is a good appetizer. Everybody loves Lebanese food. Kinda, true. And then the next one, that's going to be our last one. I'm getting ready for it. And we're going to drizzle the tahini sauce on top of it. So visually, it's going to be beautiful. And then it's going to taste beautiful too. 2 minutes, I might pull it early. because the meat is done. It's just the sauce I added. I want it to warm up a bit. Let's see. Let me be patient. Let me let it have its 2 minutes here. So I'll get into talking about one-on-one coaching again. So that's what I do. I one-on-one coach. If you're interested in, actually, let me segue. We got 1 minute. I'll segue. If you're interested in group coaching, I'm going to have a group coaching well, I'll announce that next week. How about that? If you're interested in group coaching, stay tuned next week. Next week, I'm going to be out at 5 Eastern time. Excuse me. Just to kind of try the different times. And we'll be making loubie, which is a green bean beef stew, which is a Lebanese green bean beef stew, loubie. So that's what we're making next week. All right. So let's pull this baby out. And then let's do the next thing. You're going to want to be careful because this is hot and liquidy. And when I say you want to be careful, I mean I'm going to be really careful. All right. Beautiful. Right. And then we can turn the oven off. Thank goodness. Whew. Wow, that is looking really nice. I'm going to cut into it. I'm going to plate a piece. I'm not going to drizzle the tahini on this because it's going to separate if you put it on something really super hot. And I'm okay with it separating on something I'm going to eat right away, but I'm not okay with it separating on something I'm going to store in the fridge. I don't think it'll taste super good. All right, so let's get another little sample plate here. And if you're looking for these recipes, make sure you like and subscribe to my Facebook page because I'm going to be posting it there. I already pulled out a spatula. Spatula. All right, let me slice this. Got a little bit of tahini on it already. Beautiful. So beautiful. Wow, and it smells amazing. My mom used to make a version of this when I was growing up. I don't exactly remember what she did, but I remember it. I remember she did something similar. Let's see. That's where that end is. All right, I'm going to cut it into 9 slices. It's like a brownie, but it's not a brownie at all. Super nice. Let's go this way. That's the edge. So like I said, if you're not a tomato person, this is not for you, but you can still make the meat kind. That might be for you. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get a piece. Let's take this corner piece. Oops, a little tomato fell down. Oh no, the plate's looking sloppy. That's all right. That's all right. Can't be perfect. All right, I'm going to use some of this tomato juice right on top. And of course, if you let this set for a little bit, I haven't let it, like it just came out of the oven, the sauce will kind of come together a little bit more. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a Lebanese meatloaf, and it's cooked very beautifully. I didn't overdo it inside. You don't have to overdo it. Okay, so now I'm going to drizzle the tahini, and then we're going to do the taste test. And like I said, if you're not a tahini queenie, maybe you don't need a tahini drizzle on everything. But if you are, like me, drizzle away, baby. See? And this is keto, paleo, no, it's not plant-based. It's whole foods, WHOLE30. I mean, come on. Beautiful, right? No, I did not go to culinary school. I just went to nothing. I just like to eat. All right, so let's cut into this, baby. I like to eat healthy things. Let's do the taste test. Oh, that tastes, wait, I didn't taste it. I was like, that tastes so good. It just looks so good. All right, let me show you this bite and bring it up. So I put tomato right on top. We have the kafta. Oh, you can't see the kafta. Kafta, it's a big piece. Kafta's right there. The parsley. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God. Listen, this to me, 10 times better than the other one. And the other one's good. Don't get me wrong. But this combination with the tomatoes, mmm, mmm. The tahini, the parsley, mmm. Wait, I'm like going to town right here. You guys, I'm just gonna get one more bite. So juicy. And then I'm gonna calm myself down and we're gonna close out. Mmm. Mmm. Chef's kiss. All right. So, that was so fun. It was so fun. That's so delicious. Let me get some water. Mmm. Okay. So if you're looking to get more healthy, all you have to do is start incorporating more single ingredient whole foods into your diet. That's the first step. Just eat a little bit more whole foods, foods that are unprocessed, healthy for you, high quality protein, good quality, high quality vegetables, high quality fruit. If you're into the fruit, swap out all your fake sugars, all these sugars with maple syrup or honey. You can do it. If you're looking for coaching, RachelDetroitCoaching.com and sign up for a free coaching consultation. I can help you. And to wrap up what we've done today on this demo, we made kefta with a tahini drizzle and parsley and slivered almonds on top. That's one dish that we have here. Take it to Christmas. You know what? I think I'll just save this till then. Just kidding. This would never last in my house that long. Probably won't even last through the weekend. So that's the first dish we made. It was kefta with a tahini drizzle, parsley on top, and toasted almonds. You could also use toasted pine nuts. The price of pine nuts is up, so I decided this week I was going to go with some sliced almonds. This dish right here is phenomenal. This one we have a layer of tomato on the bottom. So if you're just coming on, catch the replay. Layer of tomato on the top or on the bottom. Layer of kefta about half an inch thick, maybe a little less. I don't know. Actually, a little bit more probably. It's right here. I guess I don't even have to guess. It's right here. About half an inch to 1 inch thick. And then there's tomatoes on top, tomatoes on the bottom. And then when you let it cool, when you plate it, I would individually drizzle the tahini and serve it with some parsley on top. You could also add some toasted almonds. And then we also have just some cute little kefta babies that we left untouched, unbothered. So this is 3 pounds of meat that I got together, high quality protein. I created 3 different versions of the same thing. So this is what you could do if you need to meal prep, if you want to do something that saves you time, it's nutrient dense, and that you can eat through the week, and your whole family can eat it too. So I'll see you guys next week. We'll be cooking loubie with really beautiful chunks of meat in it. So loubie, which is a green bean stew. I'll see you next week. It'll be Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern time. If you are interested in these recipes, you're going to have to follow me on Facebook. That's where I'm going to post it. If you're not on my mailing list, I'm just spilling all the options of how you can keep in touch. If you're not on my mailing list, join it. That'll keep us in touch in case of social media goes away. You're still connected. You can still find me, still have live cooking demos. Make sure you sign up for that. And if you're looking for coaching, sign up from that free coaching consultation at racheldetroitcoaching.com/start here, or email me directly, message me in any way. We got Kevin Collins says, Kevin Collins, YouTube. Glad that you're here. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was an hour and 15 minutes long. Super nice. If you have any questions, you can drop them, post them in the chat. If you have any questions for me directly, Rachel at racheldetroitcoaching.com. If you're ready to change your life, you're ready to change your lifestyle, if you're ready to actually take action, go get a free coaching consultation. Let's do this. All right. Have a great weekend. Take care. I hope you try these recipes. Bye.